everybody, Luxinda Swirl here. I am going to be doing a resin pour. I have this set up in my handy dandy cheese box lid so that I can easily move this project somewhere else when I'm done and continue using what little of my workbench I have available here. It is, I don't know if you can even see it. I have it protected. It is basically the Pagan wheel of the year, with various symbols and the months of the year and the moon phases and astrological signs and all sorts of good stuff. I want to do a rainbow, basically, if I can. And here's what I'm thinking. This takes, let's see, I used the calculator from Resin Obsession, I'll link to that below, to calculate how much resin I would need for this mold. It is 11.5 inches in diameter. And it is just a tiny bit more than 1/4 inch deep. And using those numbers, the calculator tells me I need 14.39 ounces of resin. So I'm going to mix up approximately 14 ounces. I'm going to use my Clearcast 7050. This is part B. This is a 2-part to 1-part resin. And so I need 1 part of this to 2 parts of the resin itself. This is the hardener. I will do the calculations, I will mix up the resin, and I will separate it into our 6 Roy G. Biv colors: red, orange, yellow, green, blue, violet. Roy G. Biv. And I also may take some, actually just this gold mica, and using a little foam makeup brush, I will draw the star in, and so that I'm not going to do anything around the edges. I will paint those when we unmold. So I'm going to start with gold in the star and nothing else except these colors. So I'll divide my 14 ounces of resin into 6 cups, mix each color in a cup, and then I'm basically going to try and put them in order, but not... I thought about trying to do ring pours, your puddle pour basically, I might try that. I'll see how confident I get. I might just go the easiest route of all, which would be pour the red, pour the orange, and they will all move each other around, but basically stay quasi in the order I pour them. And we should have something that looks kind of sort of rainbowy-ish. So I'm going to start with this. And then I'm going to gear up and get the ventilation system going, and you won't hear a thing, you'll just watch me work in fast forward so it doesn't get too boring. So let's do this part first. Okay, I'm going to use one of these. This is from I think it's Pixis company. It came with something else, but basically this is sort of like a Q-tip, kind of, sort of, except this is a foam end, and it's a good size for me to hopefully not too sloppily brush gold mica in there. And then when I'm done, I can always try to clean up around it with a baby wipe. Whoops. And not make too big a mess by spilling the mica all over the place, because that would be something I would do. So here we go. Yeah, like that. Yeah, I thought this would be the brush to use, but now I'm not so sure. I may need something smaller. Let me try a different brush. All right, these come from Island Micas and More. I'm not sure this is going to be any better, honestly. All right, so stay tuned for the resin action. And we're back. So let's see how we did. I actually like how this side turned out. I think if I hadn't swirled it at the end, it wouldn't have been as nice. It didn't move around nearly as much as I thought it was going to, given that Clear Cast 7050 is very, very liquid. It is not viscous. It's very thin in general. So I'm a little surprised that this didn't move around more, but that may turn out quite all right. So let's see what we get. Ooh, look at how pretty that is. Look at how sparkly that is. It is gorgeous. Gorgeous. Oh, I love it. I love it. That is so beautiful. Okay, so this worked great. The gold is in the resin, even though we painted it onto the mold. Now what we have left are some things that have to be painted. And now that I have it out of the mold, I see a problem with my idea of waiting till the end. So painting it now will be easy when things are indented here in the final product, which these words are, and these dots are, and the months, and these dots. But the astrological symbols are raised, and the moon phases are raised. So I won't be able to do those the same way. The indentations, I can work paint over them and wipe the excess off, like I did with our Ouija board. But anything that's raised, I guess I will take a paint pen to. I do have some new paint pens. So let's just see. I got these off of Amazon. All right, so you shake them up. Anyway, I got this whole set of 24 colors on Amazon. Gets great reviews, people using it to paint on all sorts of surfaces, including resin. So I thought, well, all right, now we push it repeatedly until the ink starts to flow. There it is. And now we'll see if I can see. Oh yeah, that works. Again, I am not a fine artist, and while I realize the art is sort of taken care of here, my hand is not steady. I guess that's the problem. Absolutely gorgeous. All right, let's try a little paint. These over here. Obviously, I will need to do one thing first, so I won't go any farther with the paint pen. I'll do the indentation stuff, because I have a feeling when I clean everything off after this is set for 15-20 minutes, clean everything off with a paper towel and some rubbing alcohol, that will take these two things right off as well that I just painted on with a paint pen. And I'll do the whole thing with paint pens, indentations and raised parts. So, see you back here in about 20 minutes. And we're back. All right, I'm gonna start with this baby wipe since it's sitting here. It's just gonna dry up. Let's see what we get here. Oh, that's working pretty well.